Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Namaskar. Welcome to Hinduism in Focus. We shall continue where we left off yesterday. And we asked the question, was Lakshmana correct in suspecting Bharata? Lakshmana suspected Bharata, so being of good-naturedness, might have been overcome by his ascension to power. And maybe his design was not so good. His intention was not so good in visiting Rama in the forest. So let us examine the matter further. Lakshmana was boiling with anger, as we can see, and spoke of his intention to destroy, that is Lakshmana's intention to destroy both Bharata and his other brother Shatrugna. At that critical moment, a voice was heard from heavenly. That voice said, Jagu bhaya magana gagana bhai bani, lakhana bahu balu vipul bakhani, तात प्रताप प्रभाव तुम्हारा खे कही सकही को जान निहारा. So the voice said, O Lakshman, who can truly tell, O my child, or who knows of your might and majesty? Everybody knows, Lakshman, of your greatness in strength. But before doing anything, my child, the voice warns. One must weigh carefully whether it is right or wrong. Then everyone will speak well of it. They who act rashly, and this is very good advice. The voice said before we do anything, we must weigh the pros and the cons. We must not act rashly. The voice continues. They who act rashly, and they will repent afterwards. They will be sorry, very sorrowful, very sorry for acting at the spur of the moment. They are not wise who do such things. And so the voice said, this is what the Vedas and these great sages have said. So the voice warned Lakshmana, think about what you are about to do. Lakshmana was abashed and astounded. He was embarrassed, to say the least, when that voice was heard. Both Ram and Sita, however, knew his feeling of embarrassment, and they consoled him in words fitting at the moment. They said, what you have said, my dear Lakshman, is sound wisdom indeed, for there is no such heady intoxication as that of kingly power, that applies to almost every human being. Those rulers who are sought on the council of saints are maddened by the merest state of powers and when they get them. But I tell you, Lakshman, in all God's creation, among all God's creatures, I have never seen or heard of anyone as good as Bharata. This is what Ram and Sita said to Lakshman. His intention was good. He was thinking about the welfare of Rama and Sita in the woods, away from the hustle and bustle and the power struggle at Ayodhya. Why should Bharata come there and interfere or to cause problem? But Rama consoled him. He said, Bharata, this is not the case. He said, Lakshman, this is not the case where Bharata is concerned. Sooner, he said, sooner may darkness swallow the sun. Ram continued. Sooner may the heaven be absorbed in the clouds. Sooner may the ocean be drowned in a puddle of cow's footprint. Than the Himalaya can be blown away by a puff of wind. Than our brother Bharata suffer from pride and intoxication of power. What is Rama saying? The utter impossible may become possible, may happen, but it is beyond imagination for Bharata to be what he suspected to be. by Lakshmana. So that is what the Ram is saying. Impossible can become possible, may happen, but it's beyond our thinking that Bharat can be by evil. Bharat was a great ocean of loving devotion, or rather an embodiment of love. Wherever we come across a portrayal of Bharata in the Ramayana or anywhere else, we find an ocean of love rising before us. Besides this, he was beyond compare in noble qualities and ideal character. Sri Rama himself, he was filled with rapture to see his ideal virtues and noble character, friendly disposition and love. In addressing Lakshman on the virtues of Bharat, he says, Saguna Khiru Avaguna Jalutata Milahi Rachahi Parapanchu Vidhata Bharatu Hansara Vibhansata Raga Janami Khinha Guna Dosha Vibhaga. Ram says, God's creation in this world is mixed, is a mixture of the milk of virtue and the water of sin. Bharat is like the swan, proverbial swan, in the lake of the solar race, Raghuvansha, to separate the evil from the good. And what Bharat has done? He has chosen the milk of goodness and discarded the water of evil, like the swan. And with his glory, Bharat's name and his action, his fame, has brought light to this entire world. Remember, we are discussing Bharat, his good-naturedness, the beloved devotee of God. Such was Rama's confidence in Bharat's loyalty and practice of Dharma that he said, Bharati ho hina raja madhu, bidhi hari har padapai, kabahu ki kaji si karani, chira sindhu binasai. Bharat would never be intoxicated. Rama has concluded that Bharat would never be intoxicated with sovereign power. Even though he attained the position even of Indra, of Devlok, Indralok, power would never contaminate him or tempt him to go on the evil side or to have evil design in any way. We also recall a position of a similar nature in the Sundarkand and has to do with another great bhakta, Vibhishana, the brother of Ravana. Vibhishan had left his brother, remember, Ravan's home for the company of Sri Rama. But upon nearing Rama's dwelling place, he was mistaken to be an enemy and held a prisoner. Sugriva reported to Sri Rama that Ravan's brother had come to see him. He did not mention Vibhishan by name, but the name of the wicked Ravan was mentioned instead, Dasanan Bhai. What was the reaction of Rama? He asked their advice and opinion on the matter. All of them, except Hanumanji, said that Vibhishan's intention was not good and should be held a prisoner. But the compassionate and all-merciful Lord, Sri Ramchandra Bhagwan said, Sakha neki tuma neki vichari mama pana saranagata bhaihari. You have rightly reasoned as human being according to the circumstances, but my vow is to dispel the fears of those who come to me seeking refuge. So such is the Lord whom we worship. He added, those who forsake a person who has come in all friendliness from suspicion that he may do them wrong are committing a sin. He who comes to me to plead for my mercy, Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan continues, I will protect him. I shall never abandon anyone who seeks my protection. Even though he might have been the greatest of sinners, coming to me and repent, pleading for my mercy and shelter, he has changed. He has become a sadhu, a good man from there on. Upon hearing the Lord's declaration among those companions, Hanuman said to himself, Saranagata Bachal Bhagavana. What Hanuman said? Like a loving father, the blessed Lord loves all who flee to him. Coming back to our discussion on Bharata, after Sita and Rama spoke of the unimpeachable qualities of Bharata, Lakshmana also echoed the sentiments of Tulsidas. Lakshmana, having heard that voice from heaven, after listening to Sita and Rama, then he came to his senses. He said, you know what? Maybe I am suspecting our brother Bharat wrongfully. He's a good person. Jauna hota jaga janama Bharata ko, sakala dharma dhura dharani dhirata ko. So what he said, if Bharat had not been born, who would have upheld the cause of Dharma upon earth? So what Lakshmana is telling us? Bharat is an exemplary performer of religion. He is making religion working for us. So through the message, through the thought, or rather the words and the action of Bharat, we have an idea how a brother should act, how a devotee should act, how a righteous person should act in the world. And so Bharat's character was beyond reproach. Recall also the words of Janak, the father of Sita. Janak was simply enraptured to see Bharat's love for Rama. While at Chitrakuta, he said to his wife Sunanaina, he said, I know of all the things about the statecraft. I know about Dharma. I know not many things. But my wits cannot match the shadow of Bharat's glory, much less describe him. So we conclude here for today with the life of Bharat and his inspiration. May he be also an inspiration to us on the path of Dharma, on the path of Bhakti. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.